Youth sports teach young athletes so many different facets of self-respect. If you don't respect yourself enough to even walk through the door, that's a challenge. You have to have your own sense of self, your own self-esteem. Sport also teaches athletes how to get along and play well with others. And that comes in a self-respect that you have to be able to love yourself enough, and you have to be able to have enough grace and humanity to look at your teammates and say, I appreciate who you are and what you're doing. We may not always be the best friends on the field or in the wrestling room, but we can always be friends once we leave this space. The way that young athletes view themselves because of sport, it will help them deal with bullying because they're gonna understand how to own their space. They're gonna recognize that when someone encroaches in their space because there's potential for the physical bullying, they can be able to say, using their words, their body language, their eye contact, don't talk to me like that, don't treat me like that, I don't deserve that. Or they can even understand through sport how to approach a bully and put the situation back in their lap and saying, why are you treating me like this? What did I ever do to you? And when you're able to understand that the only time the bully has power is when you give them power, that's when you're able to overcome that. And athletics, wrestling teaches us that we have to always control our own power. When I would walk into the World Championships getting ready to compete at the world stage, I knew that if I walked in with poor body posture or if I looked in any way like I was going to be defeated, that would have sent a signal to my opponent that I was primed to be attacked and that there was a potential that they could win. So I knew that I always had to walk with confidence. I had to hold my head high. I had to have my shoulders back. And that sent a message. And when kids learn how to have that proper body language and be able to use their words and advocate for themselves, regardless of who's approaching them, that's when they're going to be able to keep themselves safe, not just from bully, but any type of predator that sees them out and about.